His name's Maggie?
Grandpa! Come on, Grandpa!
Maggie.
There's a place where magic lives. To get there with your grandkids, call 1407-W-Disney.
Well, he's really taken us to new levels.
He's brought customer service to a whole new level.
I think we were somewhere in here,
I think he's sort of raised the bar.
somewhere in there, between there.
You know what he's all about? He's all about this, not about that. What's that gonna get you?
Oh, he deserves this award. There's no doubt about it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Before Freestyle, blood glucose testing was barbaric. It hurt worse than my insulin shots. I saw Freestyle. I said, this is unbelievable. So we go and we buy it. I test my arm and, okay, where's the pain? So now when I test with Freestyle, most of the time I don't even feel it. I just don't know what I would do without it.
Freestyle. It will change the way you feel about testing.
Tomorrow, brace yourself for storm stories. A race against time.
We need to get the mother and the child in the basket now.
As a river rages out of control.
The river was washing away the house.
Plus, it's been called the storm of the century.
There's no normal storm.
Do you see how this superstorm devastates 800 miles from Florida to Maine? Watch a new series from the Weather Channel. Storm Stories, tomorrow at 8 Eastern.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local forecast, always on the 8s of every hour.
The folks in Philadelphia are stuck as a foot and a half of snow has crippled the city. Snow is coming to an end, but those of you in Boston, you're just still getting started. Major ice is a problem in areas of North Carolina. Raleigh is still near a standstill, but this ice will not stick around too long. A major warm-up is in the forecast. We're happy about that, too. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Rich Johnson. We are in alert mode here at the Weather Channel. That's because some of the Northeast, especially the big cities, have seen about 2 feet of snow today. The storm isn't over yet. Let's start with the northeastern snow totals here. And notice the heaviest of the snow, Terra Alta, West Virginia, that's in the northern part of the state. Also, Southwest Pennsylvania, I believe one of the ski resorts reported 40, and we have an unconfirmed report over in Garrett County, Maryland, the western part of the state, of 49 inches of snow. Columbia, a little bit southwest of Baltimore, about 27 inches. Officially at BWI at Baltimore, 23.4. That makes it the second biggest storm since records were kept in Baltimore. Reagan National, about 15 to 16 inches. New York City at JFK, 22.5. Philadelphia, 18 inches. You may get a little bit more in Philadelphia, and at JFK, we think you're going to pick up more in the way of snow, too, because the storm isn't quite over yet. Dr. John Neese, our storm analyst, let's head over that way to the expert desk. John, you've been following the storm closely, and it looks like the snow's not quite yet ready to give up in Philadelphia and New York City.
Right, we're seeing some sort of back building of the snow, Rich. There was at one point a very sharply defined back edge to the snow, and that's how it went through D.C. and Baltimore. But as low pressure develops a little bit stronger along the Virginia coast, we're seeing a little more convergence coming together of the surface air and maybe a little bit more lifting. But I don't think there's much more in the way of accumulation on the way for Philadelphia, perhaps another couple inches in New York City. This is what we're looking at for total snowfall amount through Tuesday morning. Notice the large piece of real estate here in the deep purple, 12 inches or more, and we have many, many places in here that received in excess of 18 inches of snow from this storm. Most of the accumulating snow is over to the south of that line. It's to the north of that line where we continue to have problems near blizzard conditions in northern New Jersey and Connecticut, Rhode Island, and much of Massachusetts developing. Let's take a look at the moving radar where we can see the back edge of the precipitation. For a time there, it looks like you're getting some breaking up there in the New York City area, but then the white fills in with more snow, and we're seeing this belt of heaviest snow orient itself now east to west from the Elmira and Ithaca areas through Binghamton into southeastern New York, into Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Many of the reporting stations in those states are reporting moderate snow right now. Look at this heavy snow band across Connecticut right now, extending into southeastern New York. 2 to 3 inches of snow per hour falling underneath this band. Most of Connecticut will end up with between 16 and 20 inches of snow. And this system has a connection to the subtropics. Look at the feed on the water vapor imagery right into the storm. We've seen that connection to the subtropics ever since this storm came inland in California last week. This map shows snow totals through midnight. The pink you see here on the order of 6 to 12 additional inches of snow through midnight, and there will be additional snows on top of this in Connecticut and Massachusetts and southern Maine, southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont tonight. Rich?
All right, thank you, John, for the update. Dr. John Neese, storm analyst here at the Weather Channel. In the Northeast, over to Boston, it's snowing right now, 27 degrees, right down to New York City. You saw the radar. It's trying to wrap back in, so the snow is not over for you yet. Down to Philadelphia, you're still getting a little bit of snow coming down, but Baltimore and D.C., it looks like essentially the storm is about over with. Forecast for this evening, still more snow in New York City, up Hartford, back over to Providence, Boston, Worcester, Springfield, right back over toward Ithaca. Looking into your Tuesday, still snowing across, especially coastal areas of the Northeast. For you in the South, cold front hasn't made its way through Florida yet, so the temperatures are mild. 75 in Orlando, 77 in Miami. It's in the 40s, northwest part of the state. 30 in Raleigh. And speaking of Raleigh, let's head back over and look at the situation. Unlike the storm a couple months ago, this one had more sleet with it. That first one we had was a major ice storm. It knocked out a couple million people without power across the state of North Carolina at one point. This one, not nearly as bad, but we didn't need more freezing rain and more sleet, and we did get some more, unfortunately. Monday evening forecast drying out across the south. Tomorrow promises to be a nicer day. Temperatures into the 60s. Maybe a little chance of rain coming in over toward the southern plains. Current weather across the Midwest. Well, there's temperatures into the 20s, low 20s in Des Moines. Over to the Dakotas, it's in the 30s, and there's a little mixed precipitation coming down. Also over to Ohio and southeastern Michigan, a couple bands of snow. And this is also associated with the big storm and upper air disturbance, the big storm affecting the Northeast. Our forecast right into your Tuesday, slight warming trend, maybe up to 40 in Chicago with a chance of rain in Kansas City, back over to St. Louis. For you in the west, there's been some rain showers toward the coast of Washington and Oregon, Seattle and Portland, both at 47. Milder in Phoenix, you have 65 degrees. Our forecast this evening, unsettled in the northwest, and we think for Tuesday, unsettled weather in the Rockies for the skiers, more snow. We just generally need more precipitation. This is really a good thing, all in all. Well, staff is here at the Weather Channel will keep you updated on the storm in the Northeast and its impacts with travel. That's coming up next after your local on the 8th.
This program was brought to you by Tums. Tums knocks out heartburn fast and gives you the calcium your body needs.
So, Flo, Tums Ultra or Pepsid Complete?
Dose for dose, Tums Ultra neutralizes twice as much acid as Pepsid's antacid. Yet the Pepsid costs much more.
Tums, Harry. You can feel better now and save enough to leave a nice big tip.
Dry skin is a nasty little problem. But extra dry skin, the kind that's tight, itchy, and uncomfortable, now that's a big problem. Fortunately, there's advanced therapy from Lubriderm. It's a really rich and creamy Lubriderm with special nutrients and vitamins. And that puts the problem of extra dry skin out of sight and out of mind. Advanced therapy from Lubriderm. Later, Gator.
What is that wonderful fresh scent? It must be the laundry. With all fabric softener, my employer's clothes come out smelling fresh and feeling soft. Who says you can't have it all?
Think all mortgage lenders are the same? Think again. At Ditech.com, there are 2 fast and easy ways to apply for a home loan 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can pick up the telephone and call our toll-free number or apply online at Ditech.com. Right now, you can apply for a low fixed-rate mortgage or cash out some of your equity. There's no advance fees prior to closing and no cancellation fee. Ditech.com. There is a difference. Call 1-800-71-FIXED.
Now, from the Weather Channel, here's your local forecast, always on the 8s of every hour.
0843. Call today to see if